Is under arrest tonight, accused of forcing teenage boys into lives of prostitution by telling them they could make money modeling. CBS 4's Peter Dench live tonight in Miami with more on these disturbing allegations. Peter.
Rick, the arrested preacher, may have called himself Romeo, but there was no romance in this story. This arrest report says that Ron Cooper was involved in the sex trafficking of 4 victims. They reportedly had sex for money at 3 Miami-Dade motels and hotels and inside this adult bookstore right here behind me on Northwest 36th Street. A detective paints a dark picture of 52-year-old Ron Maurice Cooper, who lists his occupation as a preacher. 4 victims between the ages of 16 and 18 told police they met him through a friend. Cooper, who called himself Romeo, reportedly offered to pay them for modeling. When they met a photographer, the victims were told they would have to have sex for money.
We have 4 victims in this case that have come forward. They have all made similar statements, stating that Ron has forced them to engage in sexual activity with other males against their will.
The victims' photos were placed on websites including Backpage.com, Craigslist, and Badoo with an email address. When Cooper was contacted, the victims were sent to places including the Next Motel in Hialeah, the Jamaica Motel on Southwest 8th Street, and Miami Playground Adult Megastore to have sex for money. Can we talk to you about it at all?
No, sir.
No way you can say anything?
Not a chance.
While a manager at the adult bookstore refused to comment, a police report says the victims were often met by Cooper at the store. The detective explains why the victims cooperated with Cooper.
The boys went through with the sex act because they were afraid of the defendant.
A police report says the victims were paid between $40 and $100 for sex and often given drugs beforehand. By telephone, the Miami-Dade state attorney told me this is an alarming case.
By enticing these young people, some of who are minors, into the world of prostitution and drugs is really the personification of every parent's nightmare. And we know that there are more victims out there. We're hoping that due to this press exposure will lead people to come forward.
The report says Cooper always kept at least half of what the victims were paid, also had sex with them and threatened them, creating a climate of fear. Now, an assistant public defender said that Cooper had a job at Walmart and had never been arrested before, but Circuit Judge Mindy Glazer called him a great danger to the community, and she ordered that he be held without bond on 2 of the sex trafficking charges. We're live at Northwest Miami-Dade. Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.